The information discussed in this PILCast episode are merely opinions and do not constitute formal policy or legal guidance of any kind.
Hello and welcome to another PILCast, the video blog where we talk about important federal procurement innovations in 10 minutes or less. I guarantee it. I'm Scott Simpson with the DHS Procurement Innovation Lab. Let's jump right in. Federal procurement teams and program offices often administer a lot of contracts. And sometimes the contract structure and that post-award administration can make it difficult to maximize vendor performance so that you meet your mission. So there's this concept called vendor management, and that is a solution that's been implemented by many federal procurement offices, such as Energy and the Office of the Comptroller General, to improve vendor performance and that mission delivery. Today, we've got a very special guest who's going to share what this vendor management concept is and how procurement teams and program offices can use it to maximize the performance of your contractors. So Maddie Golampur is from Abacus Technology. She has supported many offices in implementing the vendor management concept. Maddie, welcome to the show.
Hi, Scott. Thank you for having me on your podcast.
So Maddie, what is a vendor management office?
Vendor management office, as the name says, it's an office or a structure that makes sure we have effective vendor management, including selection of the right vendor, negotiating contracts, setting expectations, ensuring compliance, monitoring performance, and managing risk associated with third-party partnership.
So what's your experience with setting up vendor management offices?
So in the past 8 years, but specifically since 2019, our teams have been supporting projects with multiple federal agencies as consultant. And they didn't start with someone hiring us to say, let's establish a VMO. They were usually consulting projects that you're going to solve a problem. And as a part of that, you do BPM, business process management. You look at the as-is, to-be, what are the gaps? And we started seeing a pattern. A lot of these gaps were related to vendors not being managed.
Or where have you seen agencies, put this in play and work well?
I've seen seamless vendor management being successfully done at Department of Treasury, OCC, Office of Comptroller of Currency, and where they were doing a very successful post-award performance management with their vendors. And it was nothing extraordinary, monthly meetings of contractors with their CO and contracting officer, and also program manager from vendor management office, VMO. Each contract had their own SLAs and KPIs in place, which I'm sure most of contracts already have, and they were coming and reporting on their SLAs and KPIs from the point that contracts were starting on monthly basis. And VMO had subject matter experts that could analyze these metrics and figure out if we are doing a good job or not a good job, and let vendors know and course correct early on in the process.
What are the benefits that you see for procurement teams?
For the procurement team, I think having a VMO in place to support them, it helps them with expedited buying process, which basically reduces their PIL time. And also increase customer satisfaction. Program offices that we are supporting will achieve better results in the end.
Okay. And what about like the top one or two things that the government overall achieves with this?
So government over time, I think by establishing these type of rhythms in their organizations, they can, first of all, become more data-driven because we start sticking to our SLAs, KPIs, metrics, and we make decisions based on outcomes of those measurements versus just looking at the qualitative aspects of our contracts. We start becoming more quantitative. And the other thing is that when you start collecting those data points, you learn what's the velocity and delivery capacity of those teams. So you can start changing shape of your contracts from firm fixed price with a specific scope to firm fixed price capacity-based.
You got me sold on the government side. What about industry? Are there any benefits for industry?
It helps a lot because we receive early feedback from beginning of the contract. We are constantly measuring and analyzing our metrics, and we receive early feedback from our contracting officer, representative, contracting officer, program offices, and that allows for us to course correct. We really want to deliver good quality services. Sometimes we don't get that timely feedback to know what's not going well, and that will help with that.
Maddie, this has been a great conversation. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Of course. Thank you.
If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe so you get all of our great conversations with people like Maddie, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.